You had dispatched the undead attacking the inn. Several people had been drained quite badly of life force.
That's what we were on, yes.
And
what's the map called?
Wayside Inn. I will.
You can get it in the images and maps, can't you?
You can just get it in the image.
There we go.
Sharing is.
Yeah, well, I'll get it all resized and everything. There we go. I'll do for the minute.
Yes, so you just dispatched the undead. Several people had had the very life force drained from their bodies and are pale and cold and shivering. And then the door had opened and a voice had called, thank God that you destroyed all of those because we would have been really in trouble there. And out steps a strapping half-orc woman wielding a hammer in each hand with arms like a titan. She's got quite cute little tusks just poking from her bottom lips there, Earl. And she says, I'm Tiga. Thank God that you came along. Please come in. You look that some of you might be hurt. And I've suddenly gone Yorkshire.
Hello, young lady.
She looks at you and she flutters her eyebrows and flexes her massive muscles. She's like, hello there, Chuck.
I'll stamp me leg, carry on style.
Right, so you are shown into the bar.
Oh.
There's a bunch of people standing around the bar holding weapons that nailed planks across the windows, obviously, to attempt to foil the undead. There's a...
They are well known for hating planks.
Yeah. Zombies and planks, man, they're terrible.
Aye.
There's a lady holding a crossbow. She seems to be the bar lady, owing to the Bet Lynch style hairdo she has. And there's a guy called Bax, who wears like a cummerbund and quite garish clothing, to be honest, and he wears like a headband, and he's like, lads, that were fantastic. Come on in. Drinks are on me all night.
I'm not going to complain about
I got my attention.
This might be a mistake.
You see somebody poke their head out from behind the kitchen doors in the south, and she introduced herself as Kurag, and she's like, oh, thank God you saved us. As a reward, I'll give you my spicy pork pie. I mean, if you can stomach it, that is. I mean, it is very spicy.
I will have your pie.
As long as you've cleaned it.
A delicious spicy smell wafts from the kitchen. You've met Tiga. She opened the door for you. Who Earl's like. There's a young halfling lady. She is holding a short sword and she looks quite sort of wide-eyed and maybe a little bit scared. Finally, there's a guy who is obviously a bard by dint of the fact that he's carrying a lute, whereas everybody else is carrying weapons. He seems to be preparing for combat by holding a lute at the ready.
Maybe it's one of those magic lutes that turns into a crossbow.
Yeah,
that you cannot play.
And there's a couple of what looks like farmers or travelling merchants who are sort of cowering in the back there. So after around 10 minutes of them straightening things up and bringing everything back to normal, you sit weakly down, having had quite the fracas outside. Some people having lost hit points permanently.
Andy's not on the map?
I know. I was messing about with skills earlier on, so I borrowed that one because he's at the top. There you go. So you can grab yourselves a seat at the Wayside Inn.
Yeah.
Right. So, Earl, Tiga introduces herself. She's not only Yorkshire, but she's I'm the blacksmith. I do all the shoeing around here. And, a little bit of smithing on the side.
One should always do a little bit of smithing on the side.
Everybody should do a little bit of smithing on the side.
Are the drinks coming up?
The drinks are free flowing, and after about 20 minutes or so, your spicy pork pie comes out. It is extremely spicy. It's got peppers in it. That's Kurag, the kitchen lady.
From where I come from.
Martisha, the owner, sits down in the far corner and pulls out what appears to be a ledger, starts making notes in it, but the rest seem happy to talk to you if you have any questions. Tarbin Tull is your typical extrovert bard. He's like, can I buy a drink for you, the heroes, and perhaps sing a little ditty to entertain you while you eat your delicious pie?
You can buy us drinks, but we're not having any ditties.
Get your ditties out.
Okay, well, he just sort of walks around and gently, just within hearing, strums the strings of his lute.
If he strums that thing one more bloody time, I'm going to shove it up where his titties can't shine.
That is very aggressive.
It was ditties.
Nearly
he
been
says.
killed by a wraith.
It's ditties, he says. So Baxter's like, lads, all night you've got the drink flowing on me.
I'd prefer it were in a cup.
Ha ha ha! Yeah, swab. He seems to be working the bar as he works the bar and grabs the pots, the dirty pots, glasses, things like that kind of thing. Is there anything you want to ask?
Well,
Do you want to do anything?
Where did the undead come from?
Morticia at this sort of looks up at you, sort of does the rolls her eyes thing and goes back into her journal. Baxter's like, down in the mire of the dead men. It's been a bit lively lately, shall we say.
do you know somebody been raising them?
He says, give me a second, the Jamie's just sharing a map. Ha ha ha!
I'm glad that
The
you-
Mire of the Dead Men, south of Leilon. He says there's undead all up and down the shore lately. There probably is somebody raising them, but the Mire of the Dead Men didn't get called that because it's, a kind of kindergarten or anything.
What is a kindergarten?
It's where they put children in little chocolate eggs.
That sounds delicious. That sounds absolutely delicious. So
I ask how long the inn's been here. You know, to say, I don't think I've ever been in here before.
it's quite new. I'm not going to lie. We've only been here 6 months or so, and you can see it's probably quite new. As if it sprang into being from nowhere, from the imagination of somebody who went, maybe we should put an in on that bit of road there.
That looks like a really dangerous place to have an inn. Let's get one.
Yeah, so it's on the high road at the junction of the Tribal Trail north of Leilon. But it's not marked on the map because, why make it easy? But it's at that T-junction there. He says it gets a bit lively. We see some skeletons and some zombies, and they're quite easy. But that normally it's just the odd one. They just come up, walking up, and we can normally deal with them ourselves. But it's very rare that we get any of the soldiery from Neverwinter.
Indeed.
Where are we again? Are we at Leilon? Or that's where we were going, weren't we?
No.
Where did we...
I will put a marker on for you. You were on the way to Leilon, and
We're on the road, weren't we? The high road.
yes. And I've only got a blank marker for you, I'm afraid.
Fair enough.
I'll see if I can shrink that down a bit there, lads. There you go.
Very kind.
The inn is there. If I'd had more time to repair, I could have made some markers and just stuck them on the other map. Because to be honest, all it's added is Leilon. So you'd stopped. Well, you'd come upon that inn on the way to Leilon, under besieged by undead. There, he says, "I tell you this: I've seen some adventure and parties in my time, but you fellas seem to take the cake."
None as pretty as us.
Did you just say they were cake?
We
Don't
can
take them with cake.
do some cake. Yes.
You like
I do like cake and beer.
cake and beer makes you queer.
Tarbin Tull. It's like, I'll treat you to a cake, lads. Strum. Are you sure I can't ease your entertain you while you're sitting there? And
Please don't make him kill you. It will be very messy.
he looks quite sad and he says, "Oh, Bax, can I have a one of your special cheesecakes, please?"
You cannot make a cake with cheese.
Ha! No, that's where you're wrong. So he shouts through for Kurag and says, "Bring these lads one of your cheesecakes there, Kurag."
It is a cake or it is cheese. It cannot be both things.
We'll see.
There is something wrong with these people.
The young halfling lady comes over shyly and she says, "I'm Scylla. If you're that's with an S, not a C. So I'm not Liverpudlian or anything. I'm heading down to Leilon. I was wondering if you were heading south because you came from the North Road. If there's any chance I could travel with you as far as Leilon, I'd be very grateful because it seems to be that the undead are heading up north from the Mire of the Dead Men.
Are you Andy in a fight?
I'm enthusiastic.
Oh.
That only counts in lovemaking.
I'm hoping to get hired on as a fisher. I'm not going to lie.
That does not count up in lovemaking.
I'm very good at fishing, and I've got a job interview by Miss Elstapar in Leilon. She's got 5 braids atop her head, and she says I can play the harmonica, and then Tarbin says, harmonica! Oh, we can harmonise! Are you sure you gentlemen can't be interested in a nice song?
Someone is going to kill you at some point soon. You should be very careful.
Okay. Well, if you change your mind, just let us know.
Why would we change our minds? We haven't changed our minds since we first came in and you started wittering on.
She says, and she sort of looks, her cheeks flush red. She looks at her face. She goes, well, does that count for harmonicas as well then? Because I can just put it away. I don't want to offend you, gentlemen.
I don't mind helping you get over to Leilon, but put the harmonica away, love.
Step away from harmonica, but someone gets hurt.
Put the harmonica down. She says, okay, well, thank you. I'll just sit over here. I'll not interfere or anything.
I'll have to check the rest of the lads. Is everybody all right with this wee lass coming with us? Just as far as Leilon?
Aye, the more the merrier.
It's always a bit more of somebody else to speak to.
Yeah, well, I'm surprised you're so down on harmonicas and lutes, considering these two play the bagpipes while you're driving your horses about.
Why do you think we all drink so much?
I was going to say the exact same thing.
We're always a little bit deaf.
Or insane.
Indeed, or insane. So
It is a gentleman's instrument, the bagpipes.
it's certainly seems to be, doesn't it?
Doesn't one of you wear a skirt?
That'd be wee Rab wears a skirt. Beck says, you look like you do with the rest, lads, but unfortunately, I'm not allowed to sign you off for free rooms. Just the bear. And a young travelling merchant goes, I'll pay the rooms. We all have to be grateful for these fine fellows.
I like this man. He is a good man.
There's been a lot of generosity.
This much generosity is enough to make a bloke I might suspicious.
Well,
I'm never a man.
Indeed.
You did just save them from like horrible soul draining things. So after a while, that smith Tigger comes out and sits. She hasn't got hammers on her now, but she comes out and sits down in the bar and orders a pint. She drinks pint.
Fair enough.
Do you approach her? Are you just going to go to bed, or?
I will approach her.
Yeah, she's the one that's vaguely Yorkshire, isn't she? Although that is any accent in this game is fluid. She says, "All right, love. I admired the way you were dual wielding your mace and your short sword. That you were dual wielding Earl, because we didn't know what to do with your bonus action. So
That's fine.
you were showing everybody how to dual wield like a maniac, like a boss.
Doing it the way it should be done.
Aye, flexing muscles in both hands."
Yes, that too.
The others are all sort of cringing. This is like Klingon / half-orc flirting. grasp your weapons firmly and bash some skulls in.
This is how we roll.
Do any of your horses need shoeing? I've got plenty of shoes made up.
I did not know they needed them.
I made my own braces. She shows you off. These are exquisitely crafted, like metal plate braces. It's just got
You would smash the crap out of someone's head.
Are these braces for her trousers or for her teeth?
no, they're for forearms. Not like
Oh, brace. All right, braces.
Not-
right, yeah,
not
okay.
like Mark and
That makes
Mickey.
more sense. Yeah,
Fan Dabby Dozy type braces.
yeah, she
Not
did
those
seem a
ones.
bit. That makes more sense.
She says, if you've got any horses need showing, I'll happily show them for you. Or I could show you some of my side pieces there.
I haven't showed a horse before, but I told a donkey to fuck off.
What's your name there, handsome?
I am Gilesh.
I've got a couple of special pieces at the back I'll be happy to show you.
Yeah, let's go out the back and look at your special piece.
Right. So she takes you into the forge at the back. And surprisingly, actually, she does have special pieces to show you. She wasn't trying to get your pants down. There's 3 large, semi-completed suits of ornate plate mail, which are extremely well crafted. She says, see, that's thunder and lightning, and she flexes her guns.
They are very, very frightening.
What's that like?
I have a million of them.
Right, well, Senghor, Etigal, Weerab, is there anything you want to do? Do you just want to go to bed and rest?
Is she giving those metals away, or is she wanting to sell them?
No, she just seems to be showing them off to Kalash, as it were. Half-orc
She part of the
flirting.
thief.
Look at my weapons in armour. Look at it.
Isn't it fantastic?
Sengo's going to get pissed as fuck and go to sleep for a long rest.
An extremely long rest, because we can do a long rest now. Hurrah!
Yeah, I think I'll go over and talk to that lass with the journal, ask her if she has any information about the area and Leilon.
What
rooms?
sensible.
Right, well, she puts a quill down on her journal. She seems to be working. You look at the journal and it's like stocks and things like that, and delivery dates, really interesting adventure-y stuff. And she says, she sighs and she says, well, we haven't been set up long. I'm trying to set up a partnership with the settlers of Leilon for a mutual protection pact, as well as a trade pact, because we grow vegetables here and we've got some livestock. So, as you can see, the undead's putting a bit of a damper on stuff. So if I can, become under the protection of Leilon, that would be absolutely fab.
Well, my Rick is just going to keep drinking, I think, and then probably go to bed.
And a cake does come out that is both cheesy and cakey.
A cheesecake.
A cheesecake. What a
I've never
wondrous
seen
thing.
such wonders.
Cake with cheese. Ugh, I don't trust them where I come from.
Gag. Bread.
Bread.
It's the future.
Cheese and cake, it's never been known. Well, the pork pies have got extremely hot peppers in. So as long as you can keep them down, they're absolutely tremendous. So this makes pork pies and cheesecake. Right, so
It's a gastropub.
yeah. So Sengo's getting drunk, Rick's getting drunk and eating cheesecake. Ethical, are you
One should.
planning on doing anything?
I'll play the bagpipes.
Oh.
Badly.
Go on then, give us a performance check.
Right. Here we go. You might as well stuff some of that cheese in your eyes, lads.
What
Yep.
again?
That is a not
Awful.
many.
So far.
An 11. Oh, it's at least a minimal success this time. So it does sound like music. It doesn't sound like you have a small animal on your arm that you're trying to slowly strangle. So,
Well, that makes it change.
I'll look over at the bard. What's his reaction?
he looks dismayed. The fact that every time he sort of reaches for his loot, everybody shoots him a filthy look.
This is why we shoot you, filthy look.
It's nothing personal, but would you not want to gouge your own ears out after listening to this constantly?
He says, well, I wasn't sure if he was trying to play it or make love to it, to be honest.
Yes.
Judging by the
He
noise it's
probably-
making.
Yes.
Seems you resist
I really should just go, yes.
I pull mine out and I join in.
Oh, Jesus.
Please do not do this.
Good lad.
Harry rolls a critical one.
Do my bagpipes explode?
I hope
Right,
so.
he lets out such an awful cacophonous racket that he actually tears the bagpipe a little bit. So it's terrible for a very short time, and then unfortunately it cuts out and he has to repair the bagpipe. Or mercifully upon your ears.
Aye, there is such a thing as a god.
Thanks to God. Which God? Any of them. Whichever one it was, thank you.
Please, this is hurting not just my ears, but my entire soul hurts.
So, are you coming back to the bar after being shown these three ornate suits of armour, by any chance?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Right, she comes back to the bar with you. She looks a little sad to some people, but she
What
does
do you
sit
think of
down.
the etchings then?
She sits down next to Kalash and orders 2 beers.
I lean over at Ethical and go, which one do you reckon's pregnant?
I am not a cheap little tart.
Here, have
So-
this cheesecake.
That's not a tart
have it,
either.
it cannot be cheese.
What did you think of our etchings then?
They were very fine.
Right, okay, so we have bagpipes played. Sengo's going to drink himself unconscious, as is Rick. Shash, you get
He's a dwarf.
She speaks curtly to you, and she keeps looking over at our ledger as if she's has a lot of work to do. She says, "Can I possibly ask what you're doing or where you're headed?"
We would like to know ourselves. We kind of just go with whatever flow is happening. We're not secret agents.
Not at all.
We're just adventurers seeking our fortune.
Oh, so you're not wearing your martial badges then? Your the new swords of Leilon.
I forgot we were those, yeah.
Not until we get there.
No one will probably know what they are anyway. We'll just go, they're our gang badges.
Gang
If
sign.
anybody asks.
I'll go and talk to the bard, see what information he has about the area, rumours.
Maybe if we show
As I
them that
see you
we'll
go
just
over
go
to speak to
Leilon.
him, I just say, don't let him play that damn lute.
It's just-
Maybe if we throw them up.
what bard? I don't know where this bard hates come from.
When Davy gets right close, I shout over to Davy, ask him if he does requests. If he says yes, tell him to sit in the corner and shut the fuck up.
Right.
Oh, making friends again.
Tarvin briefly perks up Dave, seeing him come over to speak to you, but then as the small Scottish gnome starts yelling abuse, he looks very downcast again. He just sort of hunkers down over his pint. What's this? This is a pint.
Point.
He says, hello.
I've got 10 of those. A point.
I'm Tarvin Tull, travelling bard, singer of songs, teller of tales, seeker of wonders, lover of ladies, and then
Potential corpse if you don't shut up.
and then as he makes his little speech, he slowly looks more and more dejected until he's staring into his beer.
I like the idea that we might possibly cause them to commit suicide. Is that wrong?
I shout over, ask him how many fingers he needs to play that fucking thing.
Can we not keep cutting people's fingers off?
There's no reason you can't.
It's antisocial and we are supposed to be the good guys. Remember? We had the leaflet.
Oh.
We had to all read it.
I forgot we'd done the training.
We had a leaflet. So Dave, what do you ask him? Just
Well, I'll ask him about the history of the place. If he's noticed anything else strange around here.
no. Until recently, I was up in Neverwinter and I was just heading south. I'm travelling, looking for new tales and songs to add to my repertoire. And he looks over at Wee Rab and he says, "But I don't think I can have sex with whatever that animal was to make that noise."
He will eat you alive from the outside in.
Ask him if he's heard the ballad of the Dragon of Icespire Peak.
I would say make a straight up D20 roll. Just throw a D20 in. 20. He has definitely heard of the Ballad of Icespire Peak. Yeah.
That was us.
He sort of goes wide eyes and goes, "What, really? You fought the dragon? You're the guys who killed the dragon?"
Killed the dragon.
I've got 3 of its teeth on a leather thong round my neck. I'll just pull them out from under my shirt and sort of get them in the air so he can see them.
Will you stop showing people your thong?
Isn't that technically called a whale tail, Andy? Right, he changes to menu immediately and goes wide-eyed, and then just becomes...
Is he also bushy-tailed? I need to know.
He's not bushy-tailed, but he's sort of, he's like a fanboy at Comic-Con when Catwoman walks in. He's like, "Whoa, that's awesome. Would you mind telling us the tale, like first-hand, to be able to hear the tale first-hand from the actual dragon slayers?" The dragon had a lot of teeth. I assume everybody's like adorned with teeth. You've got knuckle dusters made out of them, like earrings, and somebody's got a cod piece covered in them.
I've got them all hanging off my sporing.
I don't know, I'm going around with a gnome with a wee badger handbag.
So Dave, do you regale the tale with them, or are you going to be like the rest and just saying like...
I'll tell him the story.
Psychologically torture the poor bot? For no reason.
No, I'll tell him the whole story. How the barbarian finally killed him with a lucky hit.
Do you tell him the dragon?
Do you mean a full-on calculated dragon slayer hit?
And do you tell him that the dragon then fell on top of said barbarian, pinning him under its head?
Yeah.
Right, he goes wild-eyed. Make a performance check to see how your orations go.
While Dave's telling him, I'll do the actions, like with me little hand as a swooping dragon. And
like, so you're doing a shadow puppet show on the wall?
Yep.
Dave gets a... This is awkward because Dave gets a 10, so... it's a passable performance, and he seems to be so starstruck that he overlooks the fact that Dave doesn't seem to be a trained orator. And Adabra's like, "You lads, will you stop torturing the poor lad?" "Oh, you lads, stop torturing the poor lad. You can see he's all starstruck."
Not torturing him yet.
Who's going to say it?
And then when Tigger goes off to the privy, she elbows you sharply in the ribs, Class, and she's like, "She likes you."
I've noticed. I am playing hard to get.
Treat them mean, keep them keen.
She is only an orc. She cannot resist my musk.
Oh, way too much information needed. Right. So after this performance, it's getting late. Are you going to stagger up to bed, or is there anything you wish to?
I think I'll stagger up to bed, actually.
And take a long rest. Does anybody else want to do anything the rest of the evening?
Sleep downstairs by the fire and talk to said chicky girly chick.
I'll go to bed.
I am going to bed.
Right. So I can do this. I know how to do this. Boom! Right. You wake up in the morning feeling refreshed, and the effects of the drained life seem to have worn off after your night's sleep. You do still feel quite cold to your marrow. Earl, are you going to make some moves on this lady? Or are you just going to chat?
I'm going to chat and then wake up with her.
Okay.
I'll show me long tooth.
All right then. I don't even know what that would be.
Performance?
Performance, perhaps. Yeah. It's a half orc. Maybe intimidate.
Deception. She's like,
It's definitely not deception. She knows exactly what she's getting into.
Use insight to see if I know what'll get her interested. Since I'm really good at that.
Okay then. Oh, so you like talk and you listen and things. He's been all insightful. That's awful. Why have you got advantage?
Double star.
That's not. No, that doesn't mean you got advantage. That just means if you look at your you get double your bonus. So you've got an 8 in it.
6.
A 6, sorry. Instead of 3, you got a 6. That doesn't mean you get an advantage though.
Oh, so I'll just roll. I'll roll again.
Yeah. So just roll the 1d20, but you get a huge double bonus. Double bonus. 24. Right. So you wake up well refreshed, and the fire next to the fire the next morning. Al. The young lady has woken up before you. But you did spend a pleasant evening together, being insightful, as it were.
I am very insightful. There are rules.
You certainly were. You are the most insightful of young gentlemen.
I guided her from one end of the room to the other.
Oh, now it comes out.
Only when he's finished.
Oh, dear God. Scylla is up at the crack of dawn. She's all packed up and enthusiastic. She's got a stick with a bag on the end and a fishing rod and a whole, like a fishing tackle box and a small dagger. And she's up. Everybody else gets up with a hangover, and you're all sort of like, bacon sandwiches and coffee. And she's like, well, I'm ready anytime you lot are.
Please don't be happy. It is morning.
Maybe breakfast first? Looking like as you, Rick and Sengo come bedraggled down the stairs with like, they've got like the face impression where they've been sleeping on the pillar, and they've got like a big red mark on the pillar, and their hair's all bedraggled. And
yeah, if everybody wants to get out of this pub alive, I need some food. And he said brisket for some reason. I was like, why would you eat brisket?
I want some brisket. So slap up full Neverwinter breakfast then.
Three of them.
So you all feel slightly more, I was going to say human, but non-human, because I don't think anybody is a human. You all feel slightly more non-human after a good greasy breakfast.
So,
You kind of bite a bit lard in the morning.
Does anybody ask where like these like entities have came from? Does anyone know?
Yes,
Like
the dead field of the dead man.
The Mirror of the
Dead.
Mire of the dead.
The Mire of the Dead Man. It should be on the map, on the Sword Coast map.
Just below where we're going. A bit further south than Leilon.
That's always been on the map, to be fair. However, you've never headed that close before. Yeah, it says Sengo's got it. So yeah, Mire of the Dead Men is just south of Leilon, about 10 miles, and it looks like they've travelled a fair distance up the road. The road, which, by the way, which is supposed to be patrolled from the troops from Neverwinter, because they're trying to reopen the Sword Coast, because the spell plague or something, whatever it was that caused it, is what caused Fandolin to fall into disrepair, and Leilon is basically a wreck, and they're actually having to rebuild it on the go. Right, so you head south, or is there anything else you want to do, or are you just heading south?
Head south, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm happy with getting on with the job.
Yeah. If that young halfling wants to ride with me, she can. On me horse.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Do you want me to play the harmonica as we go down the road?
If you do it, I will kill you both.
Possibly not right now.
Everybody's like mad hungover, typical adventurers. Oh, we're in a pub, we're all mad hungover. Right, you head south. You can reach it sort of by tea time, going at an easy pace. Right, you get approximately a mile away from where Leilon is being rebuilt. You come upon an impromptu town meeting. Roughly 50 people stand in a clearing just off the high road, where the forest to the northeast and the swampland to the southwest give way to grassland for a bit on each side of the road. The beginnings of gardens or larger fields of crops are half dug here. The people all mill about in a panic, some shaking fear, others shouting anger, and in the centre of it all, an enraged dwarf waves her arms and tries to get those around her to listen. A bored-looking human in a chain shirt and shield, decorated with the sigil of Neverwinter, stands next to the dwarf. He finally bangs his spear against his shield to quiet the tumult. He's like, alright, that's enough. Come on. We're not going to get anywhere here by making a racket and going on.
I could go bring his horse over, hear what there's a dwarf in the middle of it. It might be interesting to you.
It's worse than that. The DM's accidentally closed the map instead of sharing it. Well.
We should sack him.
He's red-faced, he's slightly overweight, he's got sideburns. The dwarf woman is strongly muscled and...
As they should be.
Just as they should be, yes. Oh, that went...
Muscles in...
Right, I'm going to show you a map. It looks a bit mad. So be prepared for madness. It's because of the scale, because they didn't give me a proper map. Right, so you are...
Oh my god, that's total madness.
Should be. Oh, no, hang on.
You've come down from the north and you're just at the very top. This
is your archetypal Mott and Bailey design, I believe.
You're up here.
Is the entrance not at the east? Because we'd be approaching it from the north. Or is that an entrance at the north? No.
Yeah, there's a northern entrance, but you're actually in a clearing outside of town.
Where that 15-foot circle is?
Yeah, up that way. So,
right. Well, what circle is? Sorry,
there's a 15 at the top of the map. You can.
Is it 15?
You can zoom right in, which will make it a little more palatable. But because that's the only map they gave us, and it's got the hex grid on, it's a little bit funny how weird the map is.
That's very strange because I was just thinking.
So it is just all fucked and ruined, isn't it?
Yes, it's all ruined. There's a large tower in the centre of town. Just trying to find if
that would be the keep.
Right, the progress on the town's rebuilding has been slow, it appears. The holes for the palisade have been dug, but only a few logs are in place. At the centre of the ruins, a tall tower, mostly collapsed, rests atop a bluff. It's a tower, not a keep. There's an intact wooden building closer to the water marsh on the southwest side of town, and you see smoke rising from another building. But at the moment, you're out on the outskirts of town, where this dwarven woman is red-faced and shouting and screaming at everybody.
And how big's the crowd, would you say?
The crowd's around 50 people. And so what do you do? Do you approach the edge of the crowd? Do you just stand there?
Yeah, I definitely want to hear.
Sort of like try and hear what's being said. It sounds to me like these are like the returning people, or they've either left the town for something, or these are the people coming back to make it.
So do they look like these are workers or farmers?
It looks like quite a lot of them are construction workers. There's some generic townsfolk. There may be shopkeepers or just people who work the land. There's definitely some fishermen. You can tell because they've got like fish hooks in their hats and they're carrying some rods. And there's a very, very small number of garrison militia wearing the same sigil as that slightly overweight guy with the sideburns. The dwarf woman yells. The crowd starts to quiet down. And can you make a perception check, please? Everyone, because you moved up to the edge of the crowd. Such good rolls, get them out of the way.
Nope.
Except for Rick. Everybody except Rick. You hear two townsfolk whispering and going, "Here she goes, the growler's going to kick off now." Right. And so she starts shouting at the top of her voice and vigorously waving her arms about. And she's like, "Right, listen, you bloody idiots. Who rang the evacuation bell? I need to know. You ran out like a bloody mob." She goes, "You, Fred, what the bloody hell were you doing when you were supposed to be milling the flour? Who actually rang the friggin' bell?" And everybody sort of looks at everybody else. And she goes, "So nobody actually knows who's rang the evacuation bell?" And everybody sort of looks at everybody else. If one of them has done it, they're not owning up. Right, she turns a deeper shade of red and she shouts, "Well, why the bloody hell were we evacuating the town then? Did anybody see anything strange?
I'd have thought that was a better question.
A guy in a leather apron with some tools hanging from a doorbell sort of meekly raises his hand and goes, there was something strange in the water down past the Marsh Islands, but then I heard the evacuation bell and I ran away. And she says, what's in the bloody water? One of the fishermen steps out and he goes, yeah, there was a lot of fishermen paddling in panic, and a lot of the other obvious fishermen are like, and she was going, but nobody's telling me anything. What is wrong with you bunch of bloody idiots?
Quite a few things from the look of it.
At this point, a short Dragonborn, which is basically half man, half dragon, wearing a holy symbol of Lathander, which is the Lathander, the Morning Lord. So he's wearing like a rising sun holy symbol.
I've never been king on life.
Shouts, may the Morning Lord forgive me. We are missing 2 of the children. Smithwell and Bernice are not here. They were right behind me as we left town. Everybody's like, oh. The crowd goes into a panic.
Typical priest. Off like a bloody shot. Not a thought for the kids.
Well, only a thought for the kids in the case.
He says, he's got a draconic voice, but my throat's hurting. He's got a draconic voice and a bit of a lisp. He's like, I gathered all the children at the Shrine of Lathander, and then they all came out and followed me in a line. It's only just now that I've discovered the 2 are missing. And Marigold, who was a halfling.
Is that the one who's with us?
No, that's Scylla.
Oh, sorry.
Scylla.
Yeah.
Although I do now want to give her like, all right, Chuck, it's me, it's Scylla. But it's spelled Sila. But I think we should definitely call her Scylla Black.
So she's going to have a Laura laugh.
We're going to have a Laura fishing. Marigold steps forward and goes, well, this is preposterous. We have to go back and get the children immediately. We don't know what's happening. Somebody's just ringing the alarm bells. We've got absolutely no evidence of what's going on. The guy in the armour, she shouts to him and goes, Hasek, you're in charge around here of the military. You sort it out. At this, he goes deep red, embarrassed, and he's like, there's military protocol to follow, and I can't just go charging into towns when the alarm bell's being rung. Somebody has to be in control of the crowd, and me and the militia fellas, we're the ones that's got to have to control all of this. We can't just run into the town willy and indeed nilly.
Oh, well, lads, put on our badges and let's go and rescue these kids.
Yes.
So we need an interjection in this meeting.
Yeah, so she starts shouting at him, the dwarf lady, and he's like, Miss Copperrot, I'm sorry, but I'm just following procedure. And his helmet sort of slips a little bit and he looks blustered. She just starts screaming full in his face. Well,
can we give orders to these people? In our capacity as sheriffs, can we can we deputise these?
You're not sheriffs as such. You're just mercenaries working for the Duke of Neverwinter at the moment.
Do we have rank on them?
No.
Right. So
no.
well, Sengo's going to sort of like interject, like sort of like slowly trot between the crowd and the dwarf shouting shit out and saying, look, it looks like yous are getting outdone, and then we'll introduce ourselves and then we'll sort of like see in what capacity we can help.
I found a printing mistake. It says Dragonborn, and the priest of Lathander is the Hobbit Marigold Brightshine.
So what's the Dragonborn?
The Dragonborn is obviously an apprentice. He quickly made up because it's actually the Hobbit is the priest, but it's misprinted. Oh well. So he's got, I don't know what you call them, priest in trainings. It's like a Father Dougal and a Father Ted. So the Dragonborn is now officially Father Dougal. So he's like,
that was good, Ted, wasn't it, Ted?
So
what are we doing now, Ted?
So Merryweather, so these kids, Merryweather, are we going to go and find them now, Merryweather?
Oh look, we all ran out of the village, so we did, didn't we? We all ran, didn't we? Yeah, we all ran. It was funny, that, wasn't it?
The best NPCs result from improvisation. A Dragonborn Father Dougal. Good God. Right.
Something we can all appreciate, Rich.
Yeah. This dragon is small. This dragon is far away. Right. So, it looks like that Miss Copper wrote, maybe about to start landing blows about the knees and crotch of Sergeant Has. That is who you've discovered the name is. But people are milling around, making lots of noise, but not actually doing anything effective.
Right, so
The little badge things you've got basically say that you're mercenaries in the employ of the Duke of Neverwinter. So you're not like just a random bunch of yahoos.
yeah, but we're going to take charge of the situation.
Well, you can do that, yes.
Well, I think I'll head off towards the gates to this town.
I sure you didn't want to hide at the back.
Well, the town is quite far away.
Why don't you try and get to the top of the tower and see what you can scope out? That's a min vantage point.
Right, well, Dave strides towards the gates firstly. Right, what are the
I'm going
rest
to
of
head
you doing?
towards the priesty type because I want to find out where this temple thing was in the town.
I think that building looks temple-y, looks almost phallic as well.
The almost phallic building. There is a DM map,
Can you
so
see
I
it?
might be able to tell you. Right, actually, Craig, you have spotted that is the Lathander Shrine, the one that looks like a cock and balls. Dave's heading down the road.
I'll follow Dave.
Right, well,
Rick's going to go with him.
Craig, you were initially heading towards the dwarf and the slightly overweight, sweaty human sergeant.
I thought we'd done that. Right, sorry. I'll interject then and I'll tell them what we're doing whilst Dave sort of like meanders down.
I'll back up Sengo then.
Right.
Obviously, because I've just come back and I didn't know what was going on.
Right, so you sort of walk up, you cough, and she turns out, looks at your knees, then looks up at you, and she looks a little surprised to see see the colour of your skin and the fact that you're wearing glasses and a helmet that makes your eyes glow red. You don't look unusual at all there. And
I'm like, fear not, peasants.
And she says,
We are here.
I know the bloody hell are you.
We are
And I'm like,
good to go.
I'm the motherfucker who's come to fix your problem with a rice and bean.
Okay, confusing much, but
It's bow selector.
oh right,
Me Trisha, me fixing your problem with a rice and bean.
I see. Boy selector, right? Okay, so she's like, Has, do you have any idea who these bloody idiots are? And he's like, well, I'm sorry, I have been presented with no official paperwork of any kind. It's not something I could.
Why are we bloody idiots, lass?
On the fighting words that she does, Sengo sort of like pulls his sword out, sort of like wafts it loftily towards her, then sort of like brings it round and uses the hilt of it and taps thing, and I'm saying, we are mercenaries in the employ of the Lord from Neverwinter, motherfucker. And then I resheath me weapon just to sort of like prove a point, do it loftily.
Oh, and you'll have some paperwork to prove that you're in the ploy. You're not just some wandering band of armed bandits that's just stomping around my town, which apparently is run, and she turns by the sergeant, by an absolute sodding moron. And like at this, you'd almost see him physically stagger back at the fact that she's shouting at him.
I reply and say a bad craftsman blames its tools.
Ah, you're right. He looks like a tool.
No, it's a shot at the dwarf, isn't it? He's obviously under control of her.
No, I'm not. Yeah, but I'm ignoring that bit.
No, he has the sigil, which is the sigil you've got of the Patriarch of Neverwinter. So his armour and shield are actually covered in Neverwinter sigils, which is...
Right, so...
The Lord protected Dagult Never Ember, not Never Member, like I initially said.
So no more procrastination, motherfuckers. Let's find these children. And I sort of like point at the priest and say, Priest, remind me of when last you saw them.
I got Father Dougal here to gather them all together at the shrine.
Father Drugan,
yeah. Father Drugan here to gather them all together at the shrine, and they're supposed to have formed a nice chain and followed everybody out in an orderly fashion.
What are the names of these children?
What you're looking for?
Hugh Barnaby Group, Cuthbert Divil and Grub.
No, it's only two.
Hansel and Gretel.
Eggle and Piggle.
Got it, didn't you?
Mother and fucker. Mother and fucker.
Smithwell.
Tango's favourite phrase.
You are getting very sweary tonight. Smithwell and Bernice. It's a small boy and a small girl. Human children.
Smithwell.
Bernice. You wouldn't. I'm not surprised at Smithwell. I'm more surprised at Bernice. Wherever he strolled in Essex.
Yeah, the only way is Essex. The son and daughter of a local fisherman, so surely instead of Smithwell, it would have been Fishwell. Just guessing.
Depends how good he is at fishing. He doesn't name well.
He certainly doesn't. So, are you showing your official paperwork or anything?
Do we have official paperwork? I can't remember getting orders. I thought we got.
Yeah, you signed. You signed.
You did
mercenary
sign
contracts.
Oh, that's correct. I'll show mine.
If you show
was it Dave who put all of those in there?
Dave was the official notary, but I think everybody everybody signed the official paperwork to say that you were working in the employ. To aid the town of Leilon or the patrician of Neverwinter.
Well, because I'm sort of like in the amongst of this crowd, sort of like doing the thing.
Head and shoulders over most of them.
I'll ruffle into me trousers, into me sort of like the inseam of me jerkin that I'm wearing, and sort of like pass it over to her. See, I think you'll find these are in accordance with what you're after, motherfucker.
Right, she takes the paperwork, scans over it, and then she waves it under the nose of Sergeant Haas and says, "See, we might actually get something bloody well done now." And hands it back and goes, "Thank you, we'd be most grateful if you could find the missing children."
And I'll say, well met, angry woman.
Lass after my own heart.
Yeah, I turned to Rick and Sarah, all dwarven women, angry and ugly.
I'm gonna say, like in a wistful voice, and just go, "Aye."
Yeah. Are you looking at the
so like adjusting your waistline, tucking it into your waistline?
Are you appreciating the beauty of this fine dwarf woman, like tearing strips off this man and shouting at the entire crowd?
He's like doing the old Vic Reeves sitting in his horse, like rubbing his thighs, gone. You be car, you street car.
She's a fine woman.
That is the marrying kind.
Right. Okay, so Clash got some, now Rick's got to get some. Are we keeping count now? Right. So what are you doing, gentle folk?
We're going. Well, Dave, which way were you heading towards?
You're just heading down the road into the town.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to, like, me and Rick, if that's all right with Rick, are going to head on down, like, a canter down that main road towards the thing and, like, checking out any sort of, like, little hidey holes just on the road before we sort of, like, carry out, like, a more in-depth search.
Yeah, well, you can make a perception check. Okay, so now we have Etical, Weerab, and Kalash, who's still got his morning glow on.
Can I have it with our advantage because we're doing it together?
Yeah, you can roll with advantage, or you can both roll individually.
Probably better if he rolls.
That'll be a good roll.
Rick helps by going, "Have you looked in that bush?" "Yes, I've looked in that bush." "Have you looked in that ditch?" "Yes, I've looked in that ditch."
What about that?
Definitely looked in that bush.
Right.
Is it the bush of the little dwarf?
No, it's not. Right, Kalash, Etical, and Weerab, what are you doing? Are you all moving together as a group, or do you want to speak to anybody in the crowd?
I want to speak to the priest first. I want to make sure that the kids were walking with the group, if they were at the back and then they've just vanished, or did he even bother checking that they came out with them, with the rest of them?
No, Father Drugel there, he counted all the heads before we left, and then he led them out of town as per the evacuation instructions. So I don't know where they've gone. Isn't that right, Father Drugel? And he's like, "Oh yes, Ted. Oh yes. Oh no, sorry. Oh yeah."
Are you sure, Father Drugel? Are you sure? No think. Oh, go on.
Even accidentally seeing Ted's Drugel-esque. Getting the name wrong of his best friend.
While you think about it.
He's like, "Hold on a minute." He was like, "There was 1, there was 2, 3, and you can see him counting things. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there was 12, and now there's only 10. So that's 2 missing. And like, Moonshine just sort of just shakes his head. He's like, "Very good, Father Drugel. You can do basic mathematics."
All the other children standing around behind.
They're actually playing and running about, and it looks like, the way kids just like dive in bushes, pick sticks up and start throwing stones at each other. They're doing that and sort of dissipating around the crowd. None of them are actually standing in line or anything.
I think the priests need to get their affairs in order before they lose another few kids. Then what they're going to eat?
Fish, apparently. Right, I'm going to remove some horses from the combat track. I've got loads of horses, and I don't need horses.
So did we not learn a lesson about splitting parties last week?
No, well,
Just in case respect.
in case anybody wants to say anything to other NPCs before you move down into town. So, Bracy, you having a word? Is that everything you want to ask, or is there anything? Is there anything else?
I think if we're all together, Bracer, you could interview the kids.
That's what I was exactly. I was going to ask the priest type idiot which kids were the closest to them. You should be able to remember that.
Father Droogle. He
Yeah.
says, it were young Sally Fishwell over there.
Smithwell Fishwell.
Right. I asked him to call her over.
He's like, Sally, young Sally, come over here there. Come over now, Sally. So she comes over and she's like, hello, mister. And she's about the same height as you, Bracy. And she goes, you're only little, aren't you? I'm very big for my age.
Is she a Macam like?
Aye, she is, a Macam.
To get a college, I cast a minor illusion because it's only a cantrip, and I create a little bird in my hand.
Oh, nice to gain our trust.
Oh, that's nice.
That's two.
That's a canny trick.
That's a canny trick. Can I hold your bird?
I make it fly over to her.
Okay. And she's like, oh, that's so good.
Now, Sally, this is very important. Fucking hell, what was the two name of them kids again?
Is that what you said?
Smithwell and Bernice.
Smithwell.
No.
Bernice and Smithwell.
Bernice Smithwell. Father said that you were beside them. Did you see where they went? Because they're not here now.
Oh, yes, they were playing hide and seek from Father Droogle because he's a bit of a tickle. So when he got all the kids signing up, they hid in the temple, and then they were counting to 20. Because we can count to 20 now because we are clever. Because we need to know how many fish that we've caught in the catch, because then my mum can sell them in the market, because the market's open now. And then once the market's open, we can sell the fish. And then mum says she can buy me a corn dolly. And then once I get a corn dolly, I love it and love it forever. But I need to count anyway.
Right, good. Whereabouts were they playing hide and seek? Was it down by the temple or in the town?
No, they're hid in the temple. The temple where we have to go to church. And then on a Sunday we'll have to say prayers to the morning Lord, because the morning Lord brings the sun, and then the sun makes the fish swim or something like that. And then once we have the fish, then we can catch fish. We have to catch 20 fish. That's why I can count up to 20.
Right, that's very good. Thank you very much. Now, go play.
Oh, can I take your bird with us? Can I take your bird with us?
Yeah, I'll just see how it lasts for a minute, so by that time I'll be
long
away.
gone. So, like a minute later, all you hear is, me bird's
killed the
gone.
bird. 59 seconds, I'll snap my fingers and make the bird drop dead.
You bastard.
I'm a
You
twat.
absolute bastard, Wee Rab. Right, that's Wee Rab torturing children for amusement. Ethical and Kalash, is there anything you want to do, or you just want to head into town, or you want to talk to anybody?
I think I might put them off. What I am going to do is, while they're all being loud, I am going to go and do some listening.
Okay.
Basically, I'm going to wander around and investigate,
With the loop.
hang around the pub, ask what's going on, that sort of thing, while they do
couple of pockets.
bam.
All right, make an investigation check then. A 10. So, that's a reasonable success. Right. You have a word with a few of the people around the town. They say that you find out that over the last day or so, the waters that they've been fishing's been getting choppy and unpredictable. You also find out that the dwarf's name is Griselda Copperwrought, but everybody calls her the Growler, but not to her face because she absolutely hates it.
Hello, Mr. Growler.
That also reminds us of Post Selector. So Krieg, can you see me, Growler?
The sergeant is Has Yoram, who is down from Neverwinter, and he's in charge of the small unit of militia that's down, but he's considered fat and lazy, and he's possibly on the take. Nobody really expects him to get anything done. The town council consists of the Growler, Merrygold, Start again. The town council consists of the Growler, Marigold the Sun Priest, which is Father Ted, and Valdi. Valdi Estepar is a half-elven fisher who's tasked by Lord Neverember to oversee the fishing industry, which is supposed
Does he use the fishing industry as a front to supply cocaine?
No, and it's supposed to supply the town with food as the town is rebuilt. This is who Scylla wants to speak to for a job interview.
Okay.
Right, so shall we set Scylla on our way then?
Yeah, Scylla's over the moon. Thank you very much for escorting me here. It's so sad about those kids. It's so sad, and you can see she's tearing up. It's so sad about those poor kiddies. They're all missing.
I'm sure we can sort them out.
Right, so that's Clash. Ethical, are you asking anything or doing anything, or do you want to just head to town with anybody?
No, I was going to hang around with Rab and then chortle myself silly when he kills that illusory bird.
Right. So you hear,
the
birdie
that's
died.
just funny.
That is terrible. That is a terrible way to use a minor illusion. It's just to crush a small child's hope. Wow. Right. Okay. So after that, you are mounting up and heading down into town. Yeah.
I would have thought so.
You head into town, and what happens as you? Right.
Well, I rolled a perception, didn't I?
You did, yes.
Does Davey not need to do one because he was ahead of me?
Yes, Davey can do perception. Right. So, as you approach town, dark clouds begin to gather overhead. I'll reread this paragraph. The progress in the town rebuilding has been slow, it appears. The holes for a palisade have been dug, but only a few logs are in place. At the centre of the town, a tall, mostly collapsed tower rests atop a bluff. The only intact stone building sits at the bottom of the bluff, its white facade bearing the mark of Lathander, that is the penis-shaped church. There's an intact wooden building closer to the water marsh at the southwest side of town, smoke rising from two chimneys. In front of this building stands a tiefling dressed in blue robes. She raises her hands to the sky and dark clouds appear in response. Before the tiefling at the end of the swampy water stand a small number of humans, great axes raised into the air, who chant in response to her.
Looks like some sort of.
So she didn't evacuate, did she? I wonder if she's got them.
Dark clouds. The guys that are chanting, it definitely does not sound like the good, friendly, welcome to Leilon kind of chanting.
Yeah, so are they summoning the dark clouds, I wonder?
It looks like it.
Right, let's go over and break this shit. Whoa.
Can I cast Detect Magic? We're probably not close enough yet, but I don't mind having it on.
You can always detect.
It's a very useful cantrip. It's not even a cantrip.
Right,
do they look anything like those people who were dancing around those stone circles a while back?
No.
What, naked and dressed as elk?
It's a funny sort of town we've come to.
Right, you're just outside the town, lads, and I need to drag you from the doodah to the what's it, if that makes
technical terms.
If that makes sense. If that makes any sense. So you're going to be tiny, so you're going to have to zoom right in. Like I said, the map scale is all screwed up. So,
right, I get you.
So zoom right in. I didn't have time, I'm afraid, to sort the proper map out, so I had to scale it as best as I possibly could to the town map. So I apologise for that. So Wee Rab is actually really wee now. Right. So you approach the gate on horseback. Riding towards you are a bunch of strange-looking knights, apparently on horses that are entirely composed of water. There's 3 of them riding towards you, and again, laziness. They only have little D's for icons. Again, maybe a little difficult to see.
Oh, they're tiny, aren't they? Yeah.
Behind those 3 is a wagon, which looks like it was stolen from the fish market because it looks like it had fish on, dragged by another one of these horses made entirely of water with 3 archers in the back. Right, the knights see you and they charge
Immediately.
They have, he says, looking up, they have apparently not appeared in my They're not in there, but they are here, which is bizarre. Sorry about this. You'll have to bear with me. Like I said, this is a bit screwed up. Get rid of that. I'm madly trying to find them. Right. I'll drop this. Because I can drop this text into there. Strange knights bearing a symbol with 3 lightning bolts striking ride horses made of water, accompanied by a wagon full of archers pulled by another of the water steeds. Right. They're wearing like black armor, carrying lances and short swords, and they charge towards you. Okay, Kalash, you're up first.
I will step. No, you can't move my man. I'll step to the side and try to find some cover.
Yeah, there's a ditch, but you were on horseback, so you'll have to jump off your horse, presumably.
I will dismount and jump into the ditch. Or I'll ride my horse into the ditch. Is that sort of a ditch, or is that a bad idea?
That's probably a bad idea. The horse wouldn't like that very much.
No, it's like our horses break legs.
Yes, it is.
In that case, I'll dismount carefully enough.
And hide.
And hide.
Make a hide roll. Go on.
I am ambushing with a feeling.
You what? You
I'm
roll a
feeling
10. Right, okay, there's a surprise. The rogues all hide. I get it, okay? I hate when things go wrong. I try to plan so well stuff.
Alright.
So it's I know, but I like it to be fast and exciting.
No, but it's only gone wrong to you. We don't know. Like, I'm still enjoying myself.
There is a reason the map has to be this big, which you will find out if you manage to survive these nights, which I will then tell you, and then it'll be like, right, we never have to use this fucking map ever again. Right. Kalash, hides, got you. Is that your turn, yeah?
Yes.
Right, Sengo, you're up next.
So are these like knights actually attacking us, or should we talk to them first, or are they like
They couch their lances, they scream for the Stormlord, and they charge you.
They don't seem like conversational types.
Sengo rages.
Of course he does. He's like, "Rah, I hate nights.
Fucking nights. I like the daytime.
I was going to make that terrible joke as well.
Right. Sengo begins to rage. There's a surprise.
So Sengo rages and
you're on horseback, so you can move at your horse's speed.
Right, okay then. So I'm moving to 1.
Right, or you can dismount, but bear in mind, if they charge you...
No, I'm not dismounted in the face of a lance knight, like.
Right, so you're basically charging them on horseback. Love it.
No, I'm not charging them. I'm coming to the side of them. I'm flanking, and I'm going to go on D. How do I target D? Can't target them yet.
It says you're targeting them.
Oh, it's targeting them now.
Right, okay.
Right. And I'm going to...
make lots of swingy attacks, presumably.
Fucking... Well, 2. I'm only allowed 2.
All right.
I'm going to... I've already pulled out my long sword, and I'm going to attack D.
Yeah, so it can't.
And then I get another go.
Aye. You swing and you hit with your second one with a normal one-handed hit because you're right.
Yeah.
Doing 12 damage. I've also have had to disable the indicators. But that seems to be a minor wound that you've just caused. Right, and that's the end of your turn.
He's like, fuck off, dickhead. It's just a flesh wound.
Etigal, where would you like to hide?
Here we go.
In this ditch. After dismounting carefully.
Right, so the ditch is now full of rogues, all going, shh, I'm hidden.
Let's just hope everyone else kills them.
In here.
Right, you jump in the ditch and hide. Archers! One is targeting Sengo. He fires a longbow. Gets a crit. Does 19 damage, but that's resisted. Archer 2 is targeting Rick. Sorry, Rick. I felt bad because Rick's going down. No, it misses. Luckily, Archer 3 was targeting Etigal, so I'm going to have to make a perception roll. See if he spots you. What did you get?
18.
Crazy. Right, I've got to beat an 18. Otherwise, he's lost target. No, he's lost target on you. So he changes targets to who can he see? Shashelian. Shashelian likes to use a bow. Let's use a bow on him. Right, Dave. So you see him madly search around the ditch because he saw him dive in the ditch, but unfortunately he's out of sight, so he switches targets to you. Rolls a 25 and does 10 damage. Nasty. Shashelian, it's your turn.
Right, Heal of Thorns. Is an order for bonus action Can you take a bonus action first and then
You can take them in any order you like.
Right, so I've cast Hail of Thorns.
Right?
Do you want to do that or?
I don't know how to do it. What's the radius? What's the radius of the spell? Give us a clue.
I'm reading it now.
You don't know your shit.
It'll hit any creature within 5 feet of my target.
Right. Which
So I'm aiming at the middle archer, so I should be able to hit all 3 of them with the Hail of Thorns.
you absolutely can. So you can actually, what you can do is you can target all 3. So you have to hit with your normal attack, or does it automatically hit the save? Right. There should be a cast button. Just cast Hail of Thorns on them. I've targeted them ready for you. There you go. It automatically rolls, and then roll your damage, and it should apply the damage to all 3. Clever, eh? Learning. I'm learning everything.
That's a quality move, that, like.
There you go. And then...
So has Dave just done that multi-shot?
Yeah, he's just done that crow.
Multi-shot.
Dunk. Right, Dave, hold on, because it cleared your target when you cast Hail of Thorns. So you're aiming at the middle one. So you hit the middle one, and let's just retarget for you. Right, go ahead, roll your damage on the middle one. 8 damage. But you can get your predator bonus, remember, because he's hurt now. I shouldn't remind you of that. I should say, no, God. 3 more damage to Archer 2. Nice. They actually look less injured than the Knights was that Sengos took a swing at. What was that, Dave?
I've got another attack.
Okay, well, roll to hit now. Miss. So Dave's like... there's a hail of arrows like that in that meme that we had on our channel, and they all stick in the ground around their feet, but it doesn't seem to have caused a lot of damage. Is that your turn, Dave?
Yeah.
Okay, Rab McTavish, you're up next.
Right. Let's see. I cast Call Lightning.
Oh, shit.
I will go for the archer in the middle.
And you can, the archer in the middle, you call lightning. Does that only hits one target though, doesn't it?
Well, it's the same as Davies. It said, where is it? Blah, 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 blah. Each creature within 5 feet of the point. So if I'm in the middle, it's 2.5 feet to the edge of, like, to the left or the right.
Yeah.
And then 2.5 feet in the next square.
Right,
so
I'll target all 3 on the archers. Yeah, go ahead. Right, roll, hit the cast button, and it should roll 3. There you go. Saves, and then roll your damage, and it'll automatically work the damage out. Right, so you do... lightning strikes down from the dark and clouded sky, but they don't look terribly injured, to be fair. The one in the middle is looking a lot worse, but he still only has cuts and bruises. Your bonus action, and then what I'll do is clear your targets.
I will move Dog sideways into the ditch, but just so enough I can still see line of sight to these archers.
Right.
But it means if one of the knights goes for us, it means he's charging into the ditch.
Right, you can't see Andy or Earl, but all you hear is ow, 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 as your dog steps on people's toes. This ditch is currently occupied. Please bugger off. Right, okay, so you want to ride into the ditch. Right, knights. Right, okay. Right, Craig, he attacks you with the lance. He hits and does a minor wound as he impacts into you, and then he goes flying past you. You have an attack of opportunity as he rides past. Because basically they're doing a mounted lance charge. Then go.
Yes.
You can do an attack of opportunity on that knight because he's rode past you doing a lance charge.
Is it any sort of attack?
It's just a basic melee attack.
But so can I use me big longsword sort of thing?
No, because you can't change hands. So whatever hand you were using it in, I believe you were only using it one-handed, weren't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it any weapon I can use? Is what I mean.
Oh, it's no whatever you were holding. So your longsword.
Right, well, that's me longsword, aye.
You strike him in the back as he goes past, and he takes a small amount of damage. It cuts through his armor. He sort of laughs. These guys are making weird sort of chanting and praying noises almost.
If they're on the Bolivian marching powder.
Right, Rick, sorry, old son, but you're not in the ditch. One charges at you with a lance. Yeah, right, I need.
What did Brick? Sorry, I went to the toilet. Get quick. What did Bracy do?
Cast Call Lightning, then hid in the ditch.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of hiding in the ditch. Even I'm having trouble targeting here. That's this stupid map. Actually, he's targeted you, but he can't reach you, Rick. So that's good for you.
I weep.
I weep for him. Knight 3 charges towards Wee Rab. 5, 6. He's riding alongside the ditch with a lance trying to thingy. Right, Rick, finally you're last, mate. It's your turn.
Right. So I think that's probably a knight next to me in the little red square, isn't it?
It is. If it's got a D, it's a knight.
So the knights haven't moved on my screen, so
No, they haven't moved, mate. It's just red colours, the squares.
Dark Tide Knight.
Yeah, the map's kind of messed up.
So let's see if I can target it, though. I think that targeted it. Or did that target everyone that's ever been? Right, that's targeted. According to you, Richard, is that targeted the one next to me? No?
Hold on, 2 seconds.
I'm not sure where I am.
You are targeting a Dark Knight.
Right, I'll do.
Right, what I'm trying to do is find a replacement battle map we can use. So just keep going.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I will first off cast Hex. Or do I do sensible things? Sounds boring, doesn't it? I'm going to cast Staggering Smite first off, which basically is a bonus action and gives me extra shit, basically.
Nice. Succeed. Right, it saves, sadly. So whatever it does when it succeeds.
Yeah, that's because the next time I hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you get based at the 4d6, and the target must make a wisdom saving throw and a failed saving throw. There's disadvantages, which it didn't, but I'm going to then hit it with my everybody's favourite Warhammer, of which I get twice. And if the damage is successful, I get plus 4d6.
Have you finished your turn, Rick, yeah?
Yep, hold on.
Excellent. New round. Kalash, you're in a ditch. I hear that as well. How hard would it be for somebody to do tokens instead of just putting archers and dark knights?
Well, it feels as though they've just fucking knocked something up and sold it.
Yeah, it does. I'm appalled. This is the one you paid for, Craig, so you should be appalled.
I'm fervently appalled.
Right, Kalash, you're up next, mate, because you've got 22 initiative this time.
Right. Is there any way I can get to one of these without seeing us? They're all pointing in our direction, aren't they?
They are pointing in your direction, but you are hidden. If you make a stealth check, opposed against that one that's riding towards Wee Rab, actually, yeah, it should be reversed like that. Right, 16, and I'll make Knight 3 check to see if he spots. Oh, so close, no. You can get alongside him. Earl.
Right, I'll run along the ditch, then roll out, and you say it was made of water.
The horses appear to be made of water.
Stab him with my sword. No, I'll hit him with my mace. Oh, you can't backstab with a mace. I'll backstab with my sneak attack.
The horse or the rider?
Do I get advantage or not?
Yes, you get advantage in stealth attack because he hasn't seen you. And you're literally leaping out Tarzan style. So you're attacking the knight.
Yeah.
Nice. He goes, arg. Right. Earl, you partially, you jump up to stab him, and your leg goes into the horse, and it's just wet, like it is made of water. It just passes into it, but it doesn't seem to hurt you or the horse.
All right.
It literally seems to be made of water. And what are you doing for your bonus action?
Did I pass through the horse?
No, because you just jumped up and sort of your legs went into the horse and then came back out. You sort of jumped up and backstabbed him because he's obviously...
No, but what I mean is, was there anything physical there, or should I not try to ride on the horse behind him?
It was literally as if it was just water, just hanging in midair.
I'm going to try. I will... I'll try and hide again. I'm not sure how I'm going to manage that, but I'll try.
So you dive back into the ditch?
Yeah.
Right, and attempt to hide. Okay, Sengo, you were facing that way. Oh no, you spun round and attacked him in the back, didn't you?
Yeah, so I'm facing him. I'm confused as to which knight I attacked first as he rode off.
Number 1, the one directly north of you.
How did he ride? Oh, right. Okay,
did a lance
he was
charge?
riding past us. Right, I get you. Aye.
You did get a free attack, but he rode past you.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's wheeling about now for a...
Right, well, I'm going to come to my old mate Rick there, and I'm going to... Have I targeted him, Rich? Yes, Dark Knight 2, and I'm going to try, because I've still got me thing, I'm just going to try three regular strikes. Is that crit? Yes.
Yeah, there's a surprise, huh?
You do roll more crits than I've ever seen anybody else roll.
And
not complaining when you hit things.
If this was like a game where like they couldn't see your dice and they were just trusting that you were rolling, I'd feel a bit shit. And again,
That one is not.
That
crit.
one's not that successful.
Somebody's breathing right into the mic.
Well, it's not me because mine's on the top of my napper.
Right, three slashes hitting and causing blood and bones. So they are physical creatures, and it's extremely badly hurt. Extremely badly hurt.
Nice.
Right, and that's your turn, basically, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Ethical, you're hiding in a ditch behind Weerab. Weerab is not hiding, so you're kind of hiding behind him and the Mastiff.
Right.
I'm going to make him make an animal handling check because he's just run a Mastiff into a ditch. So if he falls off.
Well, I'm going to attempt the same thing as Kalash. I am going to attempt to sneak down here and backstab that knight.
All right, go on, make a stealth roll to see if he sees you.
For a minute. Wait a minute. Shit.
Only an 11.
He'll see me.
19, he does see you, so you can still attack, but he's aware of you, and you won't get your stealth bonus.
Right.
So just
Well, that's
roll
all
a
right.
standard hit.
That's all right, because I wasn't actually going to necessarily backstab him. Right, hang on. Sorry, I need to target him. Right. I am going to try and throw a spell at him.
You
Oh,
miss.
you're joking.
You're not very good with them chromatic orbs, are you? So you
Nah.
fire a little ball out, and it just pew, misses.
Right, hang on a minute. I'll just tick that spell slot off.
Fetters out into a pool of mediocrity.
That's the one. And for my bonus action, I'm going to attempt to hide behind Rab again.
Well, he's looking at you, so you can't hide in direct sight unless you have a special ability, because he did notice you. So unless you have
hang on.
something to duck behind.
Hang on.
The panic is the rogue goes, I can't hide! I can't fucking hide! He's looking madly about for something to dive behind.
No, wait a minute.
The knights just went, Huzzah! I saw you, little man.
Right. I've always wondered about this, and I want to try it. Now, wait a minute. You know,
Is it hitting with chromatic orb?
No.
Because he has always wondered about that, hasn't he?
Well, I've wondered about that as well. No, it's, you know, this minor illusion.
Yes.
Wait a minute. That was not the right one. It was that one. Where it says... hang on, where is it?
It's
Yeah,
Rick.
you create
Rick,
a sound or
I can hear your
or-
heartbeat or something.
Me?
Yeah.
it says you create a sound or an image of an object within range that lasts for duration.
Okay.
So what I want to do is I want to create an illusory bit of ditch that I can hide behind.
I applaud your thing, but it's it'll say it's either an action or a bonus action to cast.
I think I'll just check.
And so therefore, if it's a bonus action to cast, you can't then use another bonus action to hide behind it. And
Well,
like I said, he's looking right at you because he's just he's like literally looking right at you. So you like cast this thing, you're going, you can't see me. He's like, I'm looking at you. I'm looking right at you. So I applaud your ingenuity, but you can't do both because you haven't got enough actions.
Right, well, I've just read it. It's an action anyway, so it's neither here nor there. I'll just stick two fingers up on him.
Seems perfectly sensible to me. Okay, archers. Right, the archer in charge, number one, barks a command and then barks loose. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work, so I'll say give it a go.
Oh, shit.
There's a bonus action, he's casting Archer's Eye, but it doesn't seem to have effect. It just tells you what it does. It doesn't have an effect. Right, so he gets a bonus on D10 damage, and he's got multi-attack, so he attacks twice. Archer's Eye. Right, so it's only on one attack. So the first one with plus 10 damage hits Senghor. There's a bonus of 7 damage to Senghor.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Minus... It's halved, isn't it?
Yeah, so that if it's 7...
Yeah, so
7 and 6, so
Yeah.
it should only be
So
7.
the second attack he fires at you, he shouts, loose! Misses. Archer 2 does the same thing to Rick. Shooting at Rick. He feels so bad, he gets tortured. He shouts, loose! Misses. That was the one with the plus 10 damage.
I am not complaining.
Hits with the second, doing a normal hit. And Archer 3, aiming at Shashi Alien, casts, it doesn't actually have an effect, so it just tells you what it does. Terrible. Yeah.
Shouldn't I only be on 10 damage though, Rich?
No. You've been taking damage left, right, and centre.
I've
Shashi
only been
Alien,
hit by 2 hours.
he hits. He's been hit by a lance as well. Right, Shash, he hits, but that's the bonus hit for an extra 3 damage. And they could do that some amount of times a day, and the standard hit on Shash. Loose. I like saying that.
Loose.
8 damage. Shashelian is heavily injured. I should be able to turn on now that we're on a standard friggin' map. Right, end of my turn. Shashelian, you're up next.
Right then. I've still got the Hail of Thorns up, so I'll roll the hit.
So here is Hail of Thorns concentration, Dave.
Yes.
It is. Right, so what you need to do is you've done your Hunter's Prayer bonus, yes. Right, so target all 3, hold down control and click on all 3, and then roll your Hail of Thorns cast. Yeah, now do the cast. That's it, we're getting there. Oh, nice damages, Dave. There's a it's like arrows just rain from the sky. He fires one up into the air. It seems to split in midair like a shrapnel round, and just arrows just rain down, sticking into everything.
Is that the damage he's done? 13, 14, 19?
Yes, because it's 1 each.
Nice.
Right, so they're all going to target you now, Dave. Just so you know. And
I've got another hit. Another
you
shot.
do. Shoot again. You'll have to untarget, remember. Right, target the one. I've cleared your targets. Target the one you do the single shot at. Fire! Sorry, loose! Natural one.
Fuck you.
Right, Dave. They say
Have you just freaking frackened?
They say Dave do all of this, right? And then they all just shift their targets, and you can see them all targeting Dave.
Grinning.
Like, so you want to play arrows, do you? You want to play arrows? Okay, we'll play arrows.
I just want to see if I get any heals as a bonus action. Probably
Healing
not.
Word's a bonus action, but you can't cast it, because if you do that, you'll drop your heal.
Oh,
So it's up to you. Do you want to cast heal as a bonus action? Plus, you're facing backwards, so they're shooting you in the back.
nah, it's okay. I can move though, can't I?
You can do a bonus action as long as it doesn't contradict your concentration spell.
Well, I'll just move as a bonus action.
Okay.
Why don't you move behind the tower?
So where it's got the 25 mark, that piece of grass is the gate. Right. So you move out of line of sight. They move before you next turn, Dave. They're just going to move into line of sight. Right. Well done. We've Rab McTavish.
I'm keeping Call Lightning up, and I'll drop another round on the archers.
Okay. But you're in a ditch now.
I did see I was keeping line of sight with the archers, though.
Oh, that's cool. Okay then. So target all 3 and do your call lightning. Nice. We're all getting it. I love it when everybody starts to learn how to do shit. 90 range, is that within range?
About 120, I think it says.
Okay, cool. I'm going to do about 86.
100 feet.
100 feet, so just
Oh,
in
no,
range.
sorry, hang on. 120 feet range.
Yeah, nice. Right, lightning strikes down again. Okay, doing more damage to the archers. One of them's quite badly injured. The other 2 are just still wounded. I don't know if you can see the dots now.
Mm-hmm.
You can. Cool. One of them's quite badly injured. The others are not. And your bonus action?
Right. I want to try and be a little cheeky bastard here.
Oh, shenanigans, yeah?
How far away is this knight that's charging me with his lance?
10 feet. It can actually hit you now.
Right.
They've got a 10-foot range.
Right. If I call a dog to play dead, so he drops down, will there be a chance that the knight will miss me? Or will going up the other side of the ditch, will he still get a shot off at us?
He'll still get a shot off at you. Like I said, they've got reach with a lance.
Well, if the dog drops prone, it might cause a disadvantage for the knight's attack.
It could, however, roll a d20, Bercy.
Oh.
Like, so I can see it.
Oh, it needs to be in the castle thing, doesn't it?
No, just into the chattel there.
Okay.
Right, so the dog's going on initiative 5, so you can give him the command, but he won't do it until after the knights have acted.
Balls.
Yeah, so the dog's basically going last in the whole round. Actually, no. The dog goes before Rick, who's on 1. So basically,
Doing well.
you can do that, and he will drop thingy, but the knight's going to hit you before he gets a chance.
I'll lose line of sight, won't I?
Or the dog. Maybe I should kill the dog.
You never kill a man's dog.
Have you not seen John Wick?
Huh.
Right, what you doing? Come on.
Can I move? I can't even shoot him forward, can I? Because he's on the thingy 1.
I need an animal handling check because you're in a ditch riding on a dog.
Okay.
If you're moving around in a ditch, you're going to need an animal handling check, otherwise you're going to fall off. Just a normal DC 10 one, though.
Fuck it. I'll just stand there. I'll take it like a gnome.
Right, okay, you take it. Right, end of turn. Dark Knight 1. Excellent. Dark Knight 1 wheels about after being hit by Sengor. Lance charges. How does that? Oh, nice.
Isn't a lance a one-time use thing?
In a jousting lance is, a war lance isn't.
It is.
Lance?
Not in D&D, it's not. Right, he hits with the lance and he strikes again. I know it's weird, but he's got
a mate who's got a brother called Lance, and he calls him War Lance.
Right, it strikes you very hard. You're quite heavily wounded now. Shit. Rick.
Hello.
Right, you're finally getting lanced. You should have been lanced last turn, but because maybe my brain just like went, you've got to let him off. You get lanced. He misses twice. Right, he drops the lance and pulls a short sword. Like 2. Knight 3 is going to wallop Rab Ravish with his lance. Not with a 12, he's not. Right, Bracy, as he goes past, he misses. Twice. Son of a beach. Right.
If he goes past, doesn't that mean what you call it gets an opportunity attack on him then?
Yeah, if he moves away from Al. He's not. He's just. He's got a 10-foot reach with his lance, so he's just poking at Rab. Rick, finally, the man of the hour, Mr. Miss.
Hello, Mr. Miss.
Mr. Miss.
Right, okay, right.
I feel as though that's a game that we all know who missed.
Should I do that curse? No, I won't. Alright, let's just hit him with this hammer hammer of missing. There's a miss.
Yeah.
You should get a Mr. Bad Boot written.
That hit.
You hit the son of a bitch.
Right. And
right, you take out the knight. How do you kill this knight?
I smash his head with the warhammer. Is he a humanoid?
He appears to be a human.
Right, because apparently, and I know this might be too complicated to try and do, but basically I get to rise his spirit as a corpse, as a spectre, as my little mate.
Okay.
Using a feature called a Cursed Spectre.
And what stats does that have?
So when it has the stats for a Spectre, which I will go and get because it's in the monster manual.
That's all right. I can just pull a token. Oh shit!
As in Spectre. When the
Spectres are hard.
When the Spectre appears, it gains temporary hit points. There's not got much life, equal to half your warlock level. So I'm on 7, so it would be like 4 hit points. Roll initiative for the Spectre, which its own turns, it obeys your verbal commands, and it gains a special bonus to its attack rolls equal to your charisma modifier. It remains in service until the end of my long rest, and I can't use it again until long rest. I was like, yes, I'm going to have this knight that's been hitting me. I'm going to turn it into my little mate.
As he dies, the horse literally goes sploosh and dissolves into a puddle of water underneath him.
Excellent.
He's sitting on the floor in riding position.
You're my little Spectre mate.
How many hit points has the Spectre got?
Like 4.
No, he'll have half your original hit points, wouldn't he, do? Not yet.
It says half my warlock level, and I'm 7.
So he has hit points equal to 4.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought, because it's usually round up in this, isn't it? Round down.
I think all I can do is give him 18 damage. I'm not sure. Let me see. Oh no, I can.
I know it's a bit of a faff.
Fucking warlocks banned from my game.
It's cool as fuck.
Right. So he falls to the ground dead. And his spirit rises from his corpse.
In riding position.
Yes. And then I have to roll his initiative, is that correct?
Yeah. Has its own turns and obeys my own verbal commands.
Oh, and he got a nat 20.
Probably going to have better bloody stuff than...
He has 22 initiative. He goes second, only Kalash. Right.
The Spectre's going to do better than me.
Have you finished breaking the game now?
Yes.
Does
he say anything, this Spectre, or does he just go...
I think he should make a sound like this, like, oh.
He has like a Yorkshire woo. Like, oh, woo.
Oh, woo.
Right. He's not gone, hey up.
Is that your turn now? Spectres,
it is.
I know he's only got 4 hit points, but they're quite friggin' hard Spectres.
Yeah. Kill him for Yorkshire.
Right, Kalash.
I will leap at the other one and stab it.
You will stab it. Come on then.
There was a child with a duster dusting my room because he is bored.
Okay.
Let's try and
that's some level of boredom.
He's partially alive, 2 will question them.
Right, go on. Go stabby, please. All the stabbies.
Parts of your life.
Oof, 22 damage, right? You heavily wound him. The sword goes through his and blood starts pouring down his armor. And what are you doing with your bonus action?
I'm going to hide again.
Yeah, it's a surprise. Well, he is trying to kill Bracy, so there is that.
You're doing it. You're doing good.
I won't know that's going to hide, to be fair. Dark Knight 2. No, it's Dark Knight 3 and the Dark Knight. You can actually roll the right dice, please, Richard. 19. Yeah, you can see you're not hidden. You can't do the sneak attacks next turn. You dirty, sneaky son of a bitch. Right. Spectre.
Can he move to his other Dark Knight mate, right over here?
Over here. Yeah.
Target.
He's like, your wish is my command, master.
Him, although that's.
And does he do
right,
the same damage as a Spectre?
It just says he's got the same stats as a Spectre, so yeah.
Holy shit, right, okay. This is really bad, right? So
unfortunately, I don't have that info.
If the knight fails his save, bad things happen. Right, so he loses 9 hit points and 9 hit points permanently as the Spectre sucks the life out from him.
Well done, lad.
Sunlight sensitivity. Oh, sorry. It has disadvantage on attack rolls because it's in sunlight. Oh no, the storm clouds blocking the sun. Yeah, I get that. I'll let you off. Sengo, because the weird
target night 1
tiefling, which is a half demon, half human, is summoning dark storm clouds and having some ritual.
It says here that I'm still attacking Night 2, but Night 2's gone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Night 2 has been turned into a Spectre.
Night 2 is now a
Spectre. But I'm still targeting him. Right, nice.
I'm actually going to go and get my book because that's got
right. So I'm going to attack him with me. Yes. Again. Is that a hit?
It is.
And
10 damage.
Final blow.
Still heavily damaged, but they seem very tough now. Right. Again, a flurry of cuts, but it doesn't bring him down.
I'm gonna get another move on him, and I don't know because he's gonna ride on.
No, he's stopped and he's going to pull out a short sword and attack you with a short sword.
The bastard.
The son of a bitch.
You dirty bastard.
Edigal, it's your turn.
Right. Well, it looks like the only thing that's useful at the moment. Wait a minute. No, hang on. Wrong one. Sorry.
Are you going to Chromatic Orb again?
I'm going to Chromatic Orb again.
It's got to work sooner or later. At this point, it's just funny, isn't it?
He's missed a spell
every single time.
If Rick's missed a miss, he's missed a spell.
Etigal stands bolt upright, throws all his equipment on the floor, looks at the knight and goes, "Forget it, I'm fucking going home."
I'm tapping my ball and all.
All right.
There's not even any point in trying to hide.
There's not.
I'll just stand there like a complete 2-foot pudding.
The knight is just looking confused at you. It's like you're shooting balls out of your hands, and they're like just whistling over his head, and he's like, "What is he trying to do?"
So is that your turn?
Yeah, that's his turn.
He lifts his face plate up, and he's like, "Are you done? Seriously, was that it?"
The amount of good this is doing, I might as well cast Mage Hand and slap him across the face.
Right, the cart, driven by the horses, pulls forward. They all look at Dave, who has just been shooting them with his thorns, and the one in the middle gives an evil leer and shouts, "Loose!" And they all cast Archer's Eye again, and he hits Dave. Take 5 and a D10 does not automatically add, being annoying. Right, Dave is extremely badly injured. That was the first shot of the first one, and there's still like 5 hours to go yet. Second one, no damage bonus. Dave hits. Right. Dave goes down with looking like a pincushion. Right, Dave goes down, collapses on the floor. Right, luckily for you, they're not going to continue shooting at you. They're now going to shoot at Sengo, who's the next closest. Actually, no, they're going to switch targets. Kalash, are you hidden or not? You're not.
I'm hidden.
Big barbarian with a sword or druid. Oh no, druid specifically. He said he was keeping line of sight, so they're going to shoot at the druid. Makes perfect sense to me. Like Rorschach said, "Yeah, I haven't got line of sight on you. You've got line of sight with me." Archer 3 fires with his bonus. He hits. Does an additional 4 damage. Right. Arrows streak into you like John Wick. Basically, it's like arrow after arrow thuds into your body, and
Is that the best you can do?
he's like, I haven't finished yet. I've got another attack. You've taken 30 damage so far. And he's like, no, actually, it's not. And then loads another arrow and goes, loose, and misses. God damn it. Right, that is their turn. Shashelian should be making a death saving throw automatically fire. Right, he succeeds. Shashelian bleeds on the floor. Rab McTavish, you are now full of arrows. You're on 30 out of, you've taken 30 points of damage out of 52.
I move, whatchamacallit, call lightning and drop it on them again.
Right, okay. So let's target those 3 bad boys as they seem to be causing havoc. 1 success, 2 failures on the same throw. Give me that damage. Right. Again, lightning streaks down.
These nights are hard as fuck, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Archers and everything.
That's just bizarrely harder than a knife. Are you doing anything for your bonus action?
I tell dog to sit.
Right, okay.
Will I, with just my head sticking out, is that doable, or am I going to have to dismount off him?
No, it's doable, but you need to make an animal handling roll, DC 10 or fall off, because he's like in a ditch and you can make a DC 10 animal handling roll. Simple. There. So you tell him to sit, so at the end of the round he sits just before Rick. Dark Knight 1 lashes out with his short sword. Who does he have? Does he have targeted? Sengo. He does. Holy shit, right, that's bizarre. Right, he lashes out with his short sword twice. He hits Sengo in his usual. Bring it on. Takes it. Dark Knight 3.
I'm AFK 2 seconds, guys. Sorry.
No problem.
What's AFK? Away from
Keyboard.
keyboard. Stupid, I couldn't think of that.
He slashes out at Weimar McTavish, hitting twice. Right. He carves into you with his sword, Gracie. Dog sits down. Leaving just your head porting above, just nice for the knight to chop off. And Rick.
Okay.
Sorry, Spectre goes right first, doesn't he? He's proper hard Yorkshire Spectre. He's like,
He is.
Down in Yorkshire, we don't put up with any of this crap with water hoses.
Now we're in the mine. I did not have a water.
When in the mine, I had my pasty with me.
Right, okay. I will suppose just... do I want that or not? Can I be bothered? Yes, I probably should. I'm going to Hexblade Curse him for a bonus action, which is basically the guy next to me. I will just Hexblade him. That didn't work, did it? Because, no, you have to target the bugger. Am I targeting him? Probably not. I'm a Spectre currently. Right, that's him targeted. I will curse him. There you go. And then let's just see if I can hit him.
Curse him, yeah, wee bastard.
I did hit him.
Right, he uses uncanny dodge.
He's moving away from Mr. Miss.
Right, come on, Mr. Miss. He's going to take half damage because he's using an uncanny dodge.
Rude.
It is very rude.
Did that roll?
No.
It didn't roll, did it? Right. That's better. 10 damage.
So is it just a straight 10? So he gets 5.
10 plus 3. The Hexblade Curse should, bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target, equals your proficiency bonus. So...
yes, 1d8 plus 3, is that right? Or is that your strength bonus? Your proficiency bonus is 3, so that's an extra...
An extra 3, I believe.
1 damage because he's halved. Right. He is almost upon death's door. He does not look well.
I shall attempt to hit him with this Warhammer again.
Go ahead.
Warhammer.
It's a good hit. You went all piggy there. Oh! Right, how do you kill this one then?
This one, I will just slice through the head and go, not even bothering with you. Because I can't raise more than one Spectre.
So you hit him so hard that he goes through the water horse, crashes to the ground in a soaking wet puddle, and the horse just dissolves in a massive puddle of water. Excellent. Excellent.
I actually hit some stuff. This is a first for me.
And he's gone.
Who's gone?
That one you hit, you killed him?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Right, Kalash, are you back yet?
I am. I'm just back.
You're just back. Right, it's your turn. That knight ahead of you is focusing on Wee Rab. He's trying to beat the shit out of Wee Rab.
I'll step up behind him, resist the urge to cough, and stab him straight between the shoulder blades.
Okay, you can roll with advantage with your short sword. You hit. Oh, it's all the damage. Right, you stab him straight between the shoulder blades. How do you kill this guy?
Literally straight between the shoulder blades, so it comes out the front, and then I'll pull down to his hips.
Right, as you do that, you cut through the saddle. There's a great sploosh of water, and he collapses dead on the exit. And then you hide, right?
Oh, they're all dead. No, I won't. Unless they're not all dead, then I will.
The archers are not dead.
No, the archers have just put Davy down like a rabid dog. Because Dave was like, I'm going to do multi-archer attack on you. And they went, that's not a multi-archer attack. This is a multi-archer attack.
That's cute.
Spectre.
Oh, hello. Right, okay. Can I command the Spectre to... It's got a movement rate of...
50 foot.
50 foot? Oh, it does, doesn't it? So can I have it fly over to the archers?
You can.
Right, and it will do a... I can actually target it myself, can't I? Oh, no. That's if you're a Spectre at the time. Can you do a life drain attack on it, please?
Stick it on one of the sides completely. So otherwise it might get hit by my lightning.
Right, it misses on the archer.
It won't matter if it gets hit, really. Like, it's only around for a bit.
That's it, isn't it?
Yep, it doesn't have any bonuses or anything.
Sengo, you are up.
Go at the archers.
Right, you roar and charge, and charge into the middle of them, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Swinging your blade like some kind of blender. You miss again.
Oh god.
Double ones and a 2, right? So you swing ineffectually. The girl. Right, you've thrown all your equipment on the ground, and you've crossed your arms and stamped your feet.
Right, I'm going to pick it all up again.
Okay.
And then I want to stealthily dash over to Dave and try and bind his wounds.
Okay.
As in like moving low and creaky like.
Okay, mate, a stealth roll. How long does it take to do it's something like a minute or something to bind these wounds, isn't it? Right. So you creep over to Dave, target him, and then...
Right, well,
I think... does it say you've got to make a medicine check? You took the healer feat, didn't you?
No, I did, but it's not that. It's the healer's kit. It means that I can do it. Healer's kit stabilizes a 0 hit point creature without having to make any medicine rolls.
Okay, sounds cool.
And the Fate Healer stabilizes a stabilized creature gains 1 hit point, and if I'm using the healer's kit, I can give him 1d6 plus 4 plus his maximum hit dice in hit points back.
Does it say how long it takes to do it?
It doesn't. It didn't say.
Right, so
say if I can check.
It's all right.
I would presume a round at least.
I would think so.
I don't know.
Right, Dave, I've given you 1 hit point back and stabilised your death saves. You wake up on the ground. You've dropped your weapons. You've got arrows sticking in you, looking like some kind of pincushion.
So should I do that 1d6 plus 4 plus whatever next round?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because you're stabilising them first and then healing them, presumably.
Yeah. And is there any way I can hide where I am here?
No, you're in the middle of a road and literally bandaging Shashelian, unfortunately.
No, he's not. He's not. He's next to the tower. He can move away at the tower.
But he's bandaging Shashelian. He's trying to heal him with a healing kit.
Oh, yes, sorry,
Yeah.
Right, no, I'll do that.
So what you need to do, Andy, is just tie the bandage around Shashelian, run to a bush, trailing the bandage out behind you, and then just sort of flick it round and try and bind him from like 30 foot away.
Twirl it round like one of them gymnastic ribbons.
Yes.
No, Rich, he could use magic hand binders from a distance, couldn't he?
Technically, probably, yes. But he'd already used his movement to move you and bent over and start a bandage you.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Archer 1. Pulls that short sword, attacks Sengo with it. Miss. Oh, here we go. Archer 2. That was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. Another miss. Oh, and finally a hit. Hurrah. Take 3 points of damage, Sengo. Now you're feeling it. And the Titaned Spectre. Oh, crits the Spectre. Right.
Oh, it's dead.
Spectre explodes in a thingy of ectoplasm.
Well, you did well while we were there. Now, bugger off.
Don't you bloody bring Spectre. Don't bring a Spectre to a longbow fight. That's all I'm saying. Right, so the 3 archers have gone. With their short swords, Shashelian, you're lying on your back. Andy is binding you.
It says I'm unconscious, though.
No, you're not. Now you're on 1 hit point.
I don't suppose there's any chance of me getting up and shooting any of these archers, then?
Yeah, but it would negate Andy's attempt to bind wound on yourself. Also, your heal's dropped because you were unconscious.
I'll lie here and I think I'll cast healing wounds on myself.
That sounds like a sensible plan. Target yourself and then hit that heal button. Can you target yourself? I think you can. That's not you, Dave. Just cast it. Oh, yeah. cast the healing wounds on yourself. Right. Shashelian begins to heal himself while Andy's like, hold still, I'm just going to wrap this around your leg. Wait, Rab McTavish. Your core lightning, I believe you need to make a concentration check as you were struck by a sword last turn. So can you roll a constitution roll, please? You need a 10 or more. Right, your core lightning's gone down.
Ooh, right. I've had about enough of this shite.
These archers are horrifically effective compared to the knights, have you noticed?
Mm.
Alright, wait, Rab. You're currently on the back of the dog with only your head popping above the surface of the ditch.
Oh, shite. Hang on.
Go on.
Sorry, I had my PTT bound on delete and I was pressing it and it was deleting all the bloody spells.
Nice. So now you have none to cast. I like it.
Right. I basically, how far can I charge in bear shape?
Oh, I've got bear things here if you want them. What type of bear are you? Black or brown?
I've
Kodiak.
got a druid form thing.
Yeah, just it doesn't actually say.
I don't know if Kodiak's in there, is it?
It's a brown bear at the moment. It's got a 40-foot speed.
5, 10, 15. Fuck, just can't make it.
So are you changing to a bear and charging?
No. I was just working out if I could reach it. If I could, I would have done it. Right, because I'm peppered with arrows, I lose my shit and I target that one and I cast Blight on him.
Okay. Burn those spell slots. You're going to regret that in about 5 minutes. Right, roll Blight. I don't even fucking remember what that does. I know it does a shitload of damage. Right, he fails his save, so roll the damage for it. Oh, that's a lot of damage. 36 necrotic damage. Archer 1 doesn't quite kill him. He gasps and retches, and his skin turns a horrible shade of brown. But he is still standing after all that damage.
Jesus. For my bonus action, I duck down in the ditch. Out of line of
Is Blight
sight.
a one-shot, one-target thing?
I believe so, yes.
So you like blew that and you're like, yeah, take all of them D8. Oh, shit, he's still standing. He doesn't look well. None of the archers, well, Archer 3 looks pretty good, but the other two look really bad.
Anything else, single?
So finally it's Rick because we've lost the
No.
dog. Do you want the dog to do anything? Because the dog goes just before Rick.
No, I tell the dog to stay put.
Okay.
Can
I'm going to nip to the loo.
Am I alright to keep targeting those archers? Or will, Sengo get in my way?
That depends what you're going to do. You can
Eldritch
target
Blast.
the one on the end, but
Wow.
Sengo will get on in the way of the other two.
Right, I'll go with the one on the end with an Eldritch Blast. Let's just see if this one works.
You can do it. Yeah, you can't do it. Rick, man, you're killing me. I need to be fair.
I shall go again.
You've only took 6 damage, so that's good.
Yeah, I've took 2. I think I got some health back when I killed that other thing.
How much?
Because of one of the spells. I'm not actually sure how much because I wasn't.
Once you figure it out, tell us and I'll change your hit points.
Oh no, I think it's done it for me.
Okay, cool.
Right, and I'll attack again,
Miss.
and I will not succeed. These archers.
It's Mr. Missy.
Oh,
These archers are incredibly tough, aren't they? Right, Kalash.
Right. Getting to the archers is going to be tricky, but they all seem to be having their attention elsewhere. So I'm going to try to run straight down behind and get behind them.
You can run down, but you're not hidden or anything.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and slide in behind them and cause some chaos.
Okay, no problem. That's your turn, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, Sengo, you're up. You're fighting 3 guys with short swords. They've just obliterated Rick Spectre, which you weren't expecting, and they're busy chopping great chunks out of you.
Right then. So hopefully I can hit this time.
And you're using one-handed with shield, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay.
Still on Archer.
Cool. Yeah, nice hit.
Hit shield.
Right, you cut another small chunk off Archer 2. He's badly wounded, as is Archer 3, but still standing. Another hit takes another 9 damage. You take him out. How do you kill Archer 2?
Is he wearing a helmet?
He is, yes.
So I just sort of cleave through his helmet, and all you see is like the indentation of the helmet, but loads of blood spatter out.
Nice.
Target.
And then his
This
knees
guy
drops to his knees, leads out on.
Oh, What the fuck's happened? Is that because I got a kill?
No.
What's happened there?
No,
It rolled 3 things.
It's just so I think if you click too fast, it reads it as rolling 3 times, or not fast enough. Right, so you kill this one as well.
I just sort of like take a great swing, like a one-handed swing with my left hand, and just sort of like hit like under his armpit, right deep into like he's raised arm and like deep into his sort of like the soft part of his armor.
Nice. So you cut him,
pulling my sword out as I draw back and like.
You kill him, and he falls on top of his companion's corpse, a dead doggy. And is that your turn?
Yep.
All right. The other one stands there, and sort of chants in a semi-mythical thing. The Stormlord will protect us, and keeps fighting in a very cultisty type manner. Right, Andy, you're healing Dave now, I believe. So you can roll your damage.
Right, well,
roll your healing.
Well, I was going to, but I think under the circumstances, somebody needs to finish this archer off since Dave's stabilised.
Okay.
I can help Dave out as soon as we've dealt with this Herbert. Right, where are we? It'll have to be an hour. Oh, good grief.
Oh, Andy, come on.
Yeah, right. Well, I'll just go back to Hale and Dave because I'm obviously shit at fighting.
You can't get a break today, can you?
Nah, it's my turn. It's what you know what it is. I'm standing too close to Shashelian. I've got some of the curse on us.
You throw you don't even put yourself away. You just throw it on the ground and turn around and start hailing Dave again. All right.
Yeah. Big sigh. Pull out another bandage.
Next is Archer 3 attacking. Bingo. Chanting in his weird cultish way. Slashes out twice with a short sword, hitting for a minor cut, and again hits another minor cut, so like a slight cut across your cheek and a slight cut across your arm. You're basically getting the death of 1,000 paper cuts here, but that is the end of his turn.
I'm like, chicks dig scars.
Shashelian.
I'm just gonna have to can I shoot him then? Can I get up and shoot this one then? Rich.
If you want to, yeah.
I'll hold him steady, means you miss.
Go on, Dave, you can do it. Shoot him. Get your own back. I know I sound like I'm really enjoying beating the crap out of you, but
I am.
No. It's nice. It's nice to see some people taking damage instead of hiding in ditches. Isn't that right, Busy? Right, Dave. How do you kill this one?
Straight through his eye.
Right, so Sengo over the shoulder because he's got marksman. There's just a noise and it goes straight through the slit of the helmet. He looks kind of surprised and collapsed dead on the floor. Excellent shot, Dave. Excellent shot.
And I'm like, the Stormlord did not protect you, dickhead.
You've defeated these. You now look down over the water. Tieflin chanting in front of the 6 berserkers seems to be getting to some kind of crescendo. There's lightning jumping from the air and the clouds have gathered overhead. You are actually 500 foot away and it looks like she's busy completing some cult ritual.